Salute, bless you. All the way across the park. It's just half of the way of the wall on the other side. You see there is a big head just right in front of you. That is what survived of a huge statue of Caesar Augustus. If that is the size of the head, imagine the rest of the body. What happens? No. Right half the way of the wall on the other side. Maybe you have and what happened to the rest of the body?
Fit here when the Pope moved here and he was pulling everything.
We can say it didn't fit. That could be a good answer, but not really. You know what? They didn't find it. Because we timed the statue that this is exactly how the chapel looks like. It's a rectangular room, and I know for all of you heard that not all the chapel is a work of Michelangelo. What Michelangelo painted is the ceiling, that is the first poster on your left-hand side, and the wall that we will find behind and above the altar, third poster right here, that is the Last Judgment. The side walls was painted before Michelangelo painted the chapel by great names. Perugino, Botticelli, have you heard about Botticelli? Il Ghirlandaio. Why Michelangelo didn't paint the chapel from the beginning, do you know?
He didn't want to.
That could be a good answer, but it's not.
Was it bored?
It's easier than that.
Was it bored?
It was just bored, yes. Because this is something that you have to keep in your mind. Strange little connection. The chapel was built the same year of the birth of Michelangelo, 1475. So I'm sure that baby born, he was already a genius, but of course they didn't man. You can see on the detail right here, where you see God and Adam, the first man. But have you heard that when Michelangelo painted, it was a big scandal. No one liked it. And do you know why? Everybody think about the naked figures, not really. There is another reason.
Because it showed God.
Because it's showing God. This was one of the first time in art history that someone painted God as us. How you can paint God? God is everywhere. But what was the message that Michelangelo was trying to give us? That God made us as his image. No one liked that, and Michelangelo had a little bit of a problem. And right here is a little bit hard to see it, but inside the chapel you'll see it properly. The two fingers that will not be touching. They say approximately like this. And why? Because what Michelangelo would like to tell us is that God, he didn't just give us the shape of the body, but he gave us also the inside. Something that you will never material touch as your soul, your intelligence, your love. And for this reason they came out with a new story. We don't like the story, but it's a nice little story. Look right behind God. You see there's all little angels tied by a pinky drape. Look at the shape of the pinky drape. Does it remind you half of a brain? The Greek says that the idea of Michelangelo was that half of the brain of God came from it. But I can see that in this group here we have a lot of rows. Do you remember the story of the Genesis? Remember? He was born from a river. No. We are better than a rib, right? Yeah. A genius is much. Have you heard that he painted before the creation of man? Do you want to see where? Let me show you. Look right here in the creation of man. Look out, one finger is almost touching Adam. Look the other arm. Can you see that the other arm is cuddling someone? Can you see that this someone has long curly hair and a breast? That is Eve, that is us. We was already there. After right here we have the creation of Eve. First thing. Some of you heard that Michelangelo painted the face of the cardinal that didn't like his work in the last figure of hell. You want to see? It's not a joke, it's true, huh? Look this guy here, right on the right corner down below. You can see it here on the detail. This is Minos. Minos is the judge of hell. Minos had a snake that would never let him reach heaven. Just before Michelangelo finished to paint the Last Judgment, this cardinal, we know also his name, Biagio da Cesena, snake in the chapel, look around, he didn't like it, in front of Michelangelo said to the Pope, this artist is not good. Michelangelo got so upset that he painted a portrait of the cardinal as the last figure of hell. It's not all. He put donkey ears on top of his head. And are you ready for the bad part of the story? Look where the snake is biting the cardinal. Ooh la la! Michelangelo had a very deep sense of humor. But remember that this is not the only portrait, because besides one work, and we will see it afterwards, and it's the Pieta, you know that Michelangelo never put again from the beginning his complete signature. Have you heard that? The Pieta is the only artwork where he put his name. So what he did on all the other ones, he put something about him. So what we have here, Michelangelo face. And where is? It's right here. Let me tell you the story. This guy that you see right here sitting on the cloud, this is Saint Bartholomew. Saint Bartholomew, he was killed like all the early Christians with a lot of pain, with a lot of suffering. How he was killed? Set skin, healed alive. So what he's holding, Saint Bartholomew, in his hand is his own skin. But if this is his own skin, the two faces, they should be matching. Can you see that or not? Because the face on the skin, this is Michelangelo. So the portrait, this is Michelangelo's signature. And this is the child. Isn't that amazing? Mm-hmm. Now, this was a quick introduction. What I mean, that right on this side here, can you see there is all on the left hand side of the tapestry? When we reach the other side, you will see that the table will be facing in front. Cross my heart that no one is moving the table. This is just perspective. Same optical illusion that happened with the famous painting of Leonardo, the Mona Lisa, that the eyes they follow you. But in this case, what will be we are, Lazio. And here you can recognize Roma, where we are. And look at here on the detail. This is Rome, how it was looking in 1580. But actually, this was Rome, how it was looking until 100 years ago. So, this is the ancient Roman city walls. This is the Colosseum. So your hotel is approximately here. Here there is a Pantheon, where we will go this afternoon. This is the Vatican. So, you can see it here. This is what we call today the city center. I think that today the city extends like 10 miles in each direction. Down here there is the airport, just to give you an idea. And here you can recognize the famous Appian Way. And right here, one of the aqueducts that ancient Roman built, that in 1580 people were still seeing. So look the details, and look how beautiful and how well described is the city of Rome. It's exactly as it's looking today. So 1580, no computers. Yeah. Andiamo. And we're going to get the copyrights, huh? Now, do you remember that I was saying to you that to prove that this is and will stay forever the longest one, they mark something on the floor. Look what we have right here. St. Patrick's, New York. Now, in the center part, in the black area just behind you, there are the names and the meters of all the most representative churches coming from all different parts of the world. Australia, Mexico, Brazil, all Europe. And think that there is 4 churches coming from the United States. The last one marked on the floor is exactly St. Patrick's, New York. How are we going to read it? From the start, where I'm stepping right now my foot, from this start, back to the wall behind the altar, so just in front of you, the measure is 101 meters. We're talking about around 300 feet. But right here will be the entrance door of St. Patrick's. So St. Patrick's starts here and ends there. That means that St. Peter's is longer from the start, turn around, door. 101, 186. I think that St. Patrick almost fits twice. And if some of you have been inside, it looks huge, right? But think that starts exactly from here. And if you want the other 3 churches coming from the United States, we have marked the Cathedral of Boston, the Holy Cross, the new cathedral built in Los Angeles, the Cathedral of the Angels, and Washington, Immacolata Conception. So this is the 4 churches chosen from the United States. 132 meters. We're talking about over 400 feet. You have Statue of Liberty, one in New York City again. You can put it in here. I will stand up here. And what really gives us the idea of the size of this place is, look this. So this is really incredible. Huh? Look all the way around the church. Can you see this gold black around? So 5.5, 7, and 12. So that is the size of the letters. So think of the rest. This place is huge. And remember that this is the inside of the dome that we were looking at the beginning of a tour. This is the last work of Michelangelo before he died. Remember that Michelangelo didn't have the opportunity to build the stone.